Yeah, this is honestly the one thing killers do that I find really juicy and kind of like a shit move is that. Like slugging to prevent the hack.
In doing the correct thing so that you can win the game. Yeah, that sucks.
I I don't feel like a 4K
Well,
is
well,
I feel
it's
like a
like
3K is a win though.
well, the thing is, my attitude towards that is what a lot of survivors feel about like tunneling and hook camping and stuff that I really don't mind.
Right, they're wrong about that too.
Yes,
Well,
I
I
just
don't
think that's
agree with that
more
at all.
annoying. I just think the hatch thing is more annoying than the other ones, in my opinion.
Like when you're tunneling somebody, like the
I
person on
mean,
the
I
hook
don't think
doesn't
it should
have
not be
control of the
allowed.
situation.
So
I
dumb.
mean, I don't think it should not be allowed. It's perfectly fine. Just I personally don't do it. That's the one thing I won't do.
He doesn't want your sacrifice. You're a measly little med kid.
Like I don't agree with the tunneling thing because
He's like, I'm so buff. I
He
wouldn't
is.
feel my left arm.
you don't control that situation at all. Like you're not in control of it.
Of
That's why I
what?
don't like if you're on the hook and someone's tunneling you or camping the hook, you can't control it.
Yeah, but you have
Well,
3 other
you
teammates.
can
I mean, just because
actually.
one person is getting fucked over, like it's.
Solo queue is
Honestly,
not
though,
friendly.
Are you seriously supposed to
today,
have something that you can do in every situation? There's 4 of you against one person. You're not supposed to
no, like,
be evenly matched in a 1v1 situation.
yeah,
Otherwise,
I mean,
you've got
honestly, though, at
four
this,
people who against one.
yeah, tonight, I actually had situations where I was pretty much camping a hook twice because I had pretty good. I had like really good reason to, but because the survivors knew what they were doing in both games, they all escaped anyway. So good survivors can counter hook camping. It's a matter of how good are you.
Also depends on the killer. Like, it's a lot harder to counter if it's like a bubba or something that knows what they're doing. Like,
Well,
if they know their timings and stuff, it's
e-
incounterable. Other than like
even with
BT.
even with BT, like there's killers that counter it.
Oh,
So
he got screwed out of his adept. Oh.
Well, maybe he wasn't trying for a death. Maybe he's just not
No,
level
in the
15
chat
yet.
he just said WTF, I was denied my adept.
Well, yeah, he didn't get all the kills. You did this.
Yeah, when you're
Roast him.
going for adept, you don't let people escape. You just play hard. Otherwise, you know. I think
more
that
people.
happened to a killer before too. They didn't get adept because they let the last one
I still Pip
survive.
actually got gold for was it Evader for the chases?
Who do we lose? Oh,
You,
Charlie's
you lost
gone.
me. I was kicked.
Okay.
But honestly, the way I see it is like a 3K is a win.
Yeah, me too.
It's a win. So I mean, there's no reason to slug
Yeah.
on that. And also honestly with the tunneling and the camping, I mean it's not in their favor. It makes you that's a bad killer to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it's.
usually tunneling
I mean,
does not
depending on
help
the
you.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
situationally though, sometimes tunneling is the smart play, but more often than not, it's not the smart play. Like you shouldn't chase survivors nonstop. So
See,
yeah,
I
generally
Like
it hurts.
the way I look at it though is when I first started playing and I kept getting camped and tunneled, I really want and I only had one perk, I really wanted to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see
I
this
mean,
might not.
getting wrecked
This
is not fun, but
It's part of a competitive game.
I mean,
But
Some
I
if
people
felt
are
like
if
I
gonna get
didn't
every
even
wrecked.
get a
survivor
chance
had
to try.
something that they can do in every situation, then you've got 4 players who are just as powerful as the one person on the other team. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There have to be
Yeah, like
situations, at least in a one-on-one situation, you should have 25% of the power of the killer and be completely helpless. It takes teamwork.
yeah,
It
like a
should
killer
take
against one
all four
person, that should be
players
really
working together
difficult
to beat the
because their
killer.
team's gone.
Or,
Yeah, but
you look
you're
at it
also
like a
dealing
game of
with
blackjack. Sometimes you get dealt a really shitty hand in blackjack, and no matter what you do, the dealer's gonna win, whether you stay or hit. If you hit, you bust. If you stay, it turns out the dealer had 20. But
Mhm.
it's like blackjack. I mean, each player. Some people get screwed, and then other people get to win sometimes. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's very common in killer matches to within a couple minutes have 2 gens pop, and it's like, what the fuck? And you know, like if survivors play well, they can pop gens super quickly if they spread out. So,
See, I
which is where
consider
tunneling
that.
is not, which is where tunneling hurts killers often because you focus on that one survivor. If they run you well, the other 3 can pop gens.
Yeah, that's why I think it cancels out. Like, cause I look at it as personally, I look at it is if you camp a hook and you hook camp someone,
Yeah.
it's a little bit toxic. But I also look at it if you rush gens and if everyone's working on their own gen and like 4 gens pop at the same time, I count that as toxic too.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. That means the survivors played well, but it sucks as killer. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not fun for killers either. So you have to look at it at both sides. That
Yeah.
okay, that's not fun, but as killer, it's not fun for me to not get kills because I played stupid, so survivors wouldn't whine. Like, you know, a killer shouldn't get wrecked because they tried to play nice and follow these made up rules. That's
Yeah.
when I stopped trying to be nice and not do this or that because I literally would get no kills because I played stupid, because I left a hook right by an exit gate because of these made up rules. And I literally, after that game, said, fuck it. If I need to camp to get one fucking kill, I'm gonna fucking do it because that's the smart play.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give people free win. You know, I'm not gonna face camp you unless you're toxic, but I'm also not going to leave if I know your friends are right there. Like, I see you, Claudette, behind that motherfucking tree. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not an idiot. Like, Claudette's there, and Rock's Jake. I'm staying here, fuckers. Like, hide better.
okay. Well, the
you
way
know,
I feel about it is,
that's your fault.
whether it's tunneling, camping, gen rushing, spreading out on gens, that none of that is toxic to me. Toxic is when you're doing something to purposely make the other person have less fun. Those
I
are
agree with
just
that.
the most optimal strategies. Now, if you don't think
I
that
agree
those
with
things
that.
are
consider
fun,
that
I
tryharding.
completely
Sorry, I should
agree.
reword my
But
Well, try
if
harding
the
is just being
optimal
good at the
strategy
game.
is not fun, that is not a problem with the players. When Overwatch was being run by goats and there was nothing you could do about it, that was the optimal strategy. No one ever got mad at any team for running goats. They got mad at the developers who let the game sit in that situation for a very long time
Yes, exactly.
without doing something.
Like,
And that
I
is something
never
that,
get mad at survivors or killers for not playing stupid.
right,
For
they're
playing well.
just
If you
doing,
outplay
even if
me,
they are
that's
playing
not
stupid,
your
because
fault.
against a good team, camping is stupid. It's going to lose you the game. You're going to get one kill, but I don't get mad at them for doing what they think is the optimal strategy, even if it turns out that they're wrong
Or
or that it's
it
not
could
fun to do. The developers need to figure out a way to keep them from camping or make somehow the interaction between killers who are camping and survivors who are being camped more fun. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
they need to fix that problem. They need to
Yeah.
either find a way to take it out of the game completely, like they did with Pyramid Head and Cages, or somehow make the interaction more fun and exciting.
Yeah, because oh, train of thought gone. Fuck.
Well, the way I
Sometimes
look at it,
sometimes as a killer you kind of have to camp because if you know you're not getting 2 3 4 kills, camping that one person gets you one kill. And sometimes as killer, I know when I'm outmatched. I know when those 4 players are better than me and I'm going to get wrecked.
Yeah, and
If
I
I
think a
know
lot of
if I know
survivors,
what I
even the
have
ones
to
who
do.
absolutely hate camping, a lot of them are pretty understanding, like when in-game collapse happens and you start camping.
Exactly. So it's like if I'm looking at no kills or one kill, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get that one kill because I play so much killer and survivor. I very quickly know as killer when I'm outmatched.
And
When I
also,
stand no
once the
chance.
survivors like have a door open or have 199 and you are in in-game collapse, getting someone off of a hook isn't as hard anymore. Like
It's not. If
like
the
it's
survivors
definitely
are
hard, but it's definitely not impossible. Like good teams can get a person off a hook in in-game collapse.
that happened to me. I was beside in Exit Gate 99 with one survivor on the hook, and I camped him because I knew I had to try or no kills, and they still all got out because they all worked together.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
all played well,
you can
and
bait you can bait hits on the hook, and then whoever doesn't get
Yeah,
hooked does the
but-
actual unhooking, while whoever got hit, runs back to the door.
exactly.
Yeah, but like what you're talking right there is very, like a exact
Swift.
situation. Like if I'm
Right.
solo queuing with a whole bunch of other
Sure.
solo queuers, that's not gonna happen to me.
Sure.
Like I'm just gonna die, and
Like,
I
listen,
find that.
Well,
But
that
I do
has
think it is a
happened.
good
To you, solo
example
queue.
of
Well, honestly,
how
I
camping can be counterplayed, and if they could add more stuff like that, especially like a way to do it mid game without sacrificing the whole game, that's actually a pretty
Yeah.
fun, intense experience. Even when I'm playing
Yeah.
killer and I'm guarding my one person and I'm trying to keep the rest of the team from unhooking them and getting out the door, like that's actually kind of fun and intense to me. Like if they could
Or
counterplay like that to the middle of the game without having the survivors basically just sacrificing the rest of the game to get that one person off. I mean, it
Let me
really only
explain
works
to
in
you a game I
in-game
had
collapse
this
right now.
afternoon. Let me explain to you a game that I had this afternoon. I was against a Freddy. I chased him around the loop, dropped the pallet on him. Eventually, he got me. He hooked me. The other 3 people were in a Swift, and they didn't even care about me. And I sat on the hook
Yeah,
until
that
phase
happens.
2.
There's memes
yeah,
about
that's
that.
not.
And
See-
then they unhooked me. I did a gen. Freddy found me again, and I died. And then I watched their match, and they were all doing sable hooks on each other's hooks and all that stuff, but they didn't care about me. That's how solo
Yeah.
queue is. No one cares about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is when you get into a solo queue with other survivor, with friends people, it can suck, or sometimes they will still save you. It depends if you get shitty people or good teammates.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna
really
find that
good.
in
I
literally
don't like
any
stuff that's-
multiplayer game. I mean, you go play Overwatch, you're gonna have 6 people all trying to run DPS or whatever. Like, there's no teamwork in when you play with
Yeah.
strangers.
yeah, but at the
Oh
same
well,
time
that's
though,
different now.
as
It's
survivor,
solo queue.
Yeah.
when I'm not with as survivor,
They
if
fixed
I'm
it.
not playing with you guys, I solo queue, and I very rarely get left on the hook solo queuing. Very
Have you
rare
been-
to be
have
like
you been
screwed over.
camped?
What?
Have you been camped? And well,
I don't get
Okay.
camped often, and I don't get left. I generally get people that they might not be the most altruistic, but they're not shit teammates. It's very rare to get poor teammates, at least with crossplay turned off. I can't speak for crossplay
mhm.
because I only turn crossplay off to play with you guys. So I can just say teammates, they tend to not screw you over, honestly. So
See,
The only
that's
thing I'm
my
saying is that
experience.
you guys were explaining like Swift play, where they're in sync with each other and they know what they're doing.
Oh, sure,
When I'm
sure.
in solo queue,
Yeah.
when I'm in solo queue, I have Claudette that unhooks me right in front of the killer, and then I'm just on the floor again.
Yeah,
I get
but
him
I
again.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna
As solo
I
the
queue,
just don't like
shitty
stuff that's out
teammates
of my
when you solo
control.
queue,
I mean,
but
as solo
that
queue,
doesn't mean that the rest
doesn't
of the game
happen to
shouldn't be
me.
balanced.
Yeah, what you just said with the point farming you, that almost never happens to me in solo queue. And again, I pretty much only do solo queue. So
It happens in red ranks quite a bit, actually. I'm surprised.
okay, well I'm not a red rank. I play in like the late teens, so like yellow, brown, and green. That's my rank.
Yeah, that's also the thing. All ranks are different, so a problem that could be happening in one rank isn't happening in another.
Yeah,
So-
well, I mean, you would think that shouldn't be happening in red and purple rank because they'd be better at the damn game.
You know what? They should fix their tutorials so it actually teaches you more about the game
Yeah,
instead of like,
they should do
this is a hook.
this.
Yeah.
This is a problem in pretty much
Survivors
every
go on
game,
hooks.
but yeah,
Yeah,
more
if they
like
die on the
in-depth
Good.
tutorials on like how the game actually works and how you should be playing or what the most optimal way to play is. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I thought I was damaging gens for a long time. I didn't realize I wasn't actually regressing them because I didn't hold space long enough.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the progress bar goes so fast, you think it's done, but it's not because you didn't hold the button.
Yeah, I make a point to wait until I see the sparks happen because it is so easy to not, to think it's done, but not. So I make a point to wait. I might waste like 2 seconds extra, but it works. But just generally, I don't get mad like at survivors who loop me at the same bullshit loop over and over again. I get annoyed at behavior for having that loop in there to begin with. I don't call that survivor toxic. I don't tunnel them for it. I don't camp them for it. Because it's not toxic, it's smart. You're playing well, you know that loop is good and fucks killers over hardcore, Like, I don't expect survivors to play stupid just so I have fun.
Right.
Just like survivors shouldn't expect killers to play stupid just so they have fun. Like, playing smart or shouldn't be something you criticize a player for.
I think it also depends on the situation. Like, if someone, in a killer perspective, if a killer were to get someone down when 5 gens are still in and then they start camping, yeah, that's a little bit. It's a bubble, by the way. That's a little bit like, okay, it's a choice, but
yeah,
okay.
That's a stupid choice though. That doesn't make sense.
And
That's
if there's like all the gens are done, you don't have any kills yet, or you have 1 kill and you want at least 2, and you got a survivor down, then camping makes sense there. And I'm not going to.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I expect it.
And the survivor has played a long enough game where it's not like annoying. Same as if I guess I don't know how to compare it on killer side though.
Yeah, I mean,
Compare what?
I don't know. As killer, I don't let survivors go just because they haven't played long, because that's playing stupid. It's like, it sucks, but I got you. I'm not going to let you survive just because you've only made it 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you got them down like enough times, then
yeah, it's like if I can't hook you, I'm gonna hook you.
If they made 3 mistakes where they got down 3 times or even 2 times and their friends didn't get them the first time, then that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Where is he? Oh, found him. It's
Oh,
the ruin.
now you're broken.
Yep, rusted chain. But
I mean,
like
I'm
Bubba.
kind of the friendly person. Like I'll knock you down if you were just taking off the hook in front of me.
Is he
But,
camping?
like,
No, that would've been funny.
yeah, see, as a survivor though, I don't
He has
like
barbecue.
friendly
He's coming
killers.
right here.
Because if a killer is a friendly killer, that means I didn't earn my escape. It was handed to me, and I don't like that. To me,
I'm not friendly.
He wants you.
Like I'm not gonna go
Oh no, he wants me.
continually put you on a hook when your teammates did something dumb.
Well, see, I will. It's like, that's your teammate's fault. They
He's going
screwed up.
towards
They
you,
unhooked
Rista.
you with me right there. I'm gonna do the smart thing. That's a problem in your team. That's not my concern. I'm not on your team. I'm your competition.
Yeah, I usually go for the other survivor, just for, because they're the ones who, and you can easily get them down. Usually, most of the time.
See, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
I
if can
usually
get
go
them
for whoever
down.
did the unhooking, and I don't tunnel and camp, despite how much
The
I appreciate
bamboozle.
just because I like trying to be
It
as
is
nice as
not.
possible. I just don't like when people get yelled at for doing those things, because I don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
Even
like,
though
if
it's
the killer
not
wants
how
to
I
be
play.
nice, okay.
But I'm also like the nicest killer ever, because
Like, you
I'll start
literally
farming
sat-
halfway through if I feel like I'm too bad.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, you literally sat at a hatch for 5 minutes and didn't close it because you wanted the survivor to get the hatch. It was
Yeah.
like the longest thing ever. Like, you are literally the nicest fucking killer.
I like doing nice things for people. I just don't think that people who are playing in a way that I don't think people who are playing in a way that they think is optimal should be yelled at.
Yeah, because my thing is as killer, my objective is to get all of you sacrificed, or 3,
Right.
or 2, or 1. That's my objective, and I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna try to do it.
Like, even if
You know?
a killer were to knock someone down and start face camping them on the first hook before Jin even starts, like, clearly that person just hasn't been Jin rushed enough. And I really think Behavior needs to do like a way better job of communicating with players, like, hey, if they're face camping, you need to get on a Jin and
like,
just do it. Like, you could pop 3 gens in the time that it takes for one person to go through all 3 hook phases. And it sucks for that one person, but that's just the luck of the draw.
Unless you're in a survive with friends or you go and see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they could stop face
But
camping.
when
Yeah,
you
I
go
am
up to
thinking
look,
some
you see
information
where they are, you
perks
can tell.
like Kindred should probably be face set, just because it'll encourage people to play in a way that doesn't get them face camped and stuff like that.
And I'm sorry, like, but in a way, that can be the dumb decision in some ways to gen rush if they're face camping. If you could get a safe unhook, like if someone has BT,
Mhm.
or if you all go at the same time, you could probably get the person off safely if you work together.
Possibly
Sure,
could,
possibly, but that's
it
kind of
also
like an
depends on the
edge
killer.
case because most teams probably couldn't pull that off. And if we're talking
Yeah.
about just fixing the face camping problem, I think the easiest way to do it would be to make it very clear to survivors who aren't very good at the game exactly what they should be doing in that situation.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I don't know, tutorials or just information, I don't know, something, but
In the tutorial, what they could say is that, like, you know, one strategy is if a kill is camping survivors, then go do gens.
Maybe someone saved you, came back spawning first, and left me alone, and when someone else is back.
yeah, that's how I play, just because that's how I like to play. I like to play in a really nice way, but
And you have me, who I won't play nice.
I just
I'm gonna do
don't
whatever
like
the
when
smart
someone
way.
plays, you know, the way that they think will get them a win, and then they get yelled at for it. I think that's bullshit, because you don't see that
Yeah.
in any other game. Well, I say
Yeah,
you don't
depends
say that.
what you
Obviously,
consider a
people
win is,
have been
though.
complaining about camping and like first-person shooters and stuff, but no one ever takes those people seriously. This is the only community I've
Yeah,
ever
so-
seen where those people are taken seriously.
Yeah,
And it's
but
because they're
instead
the
of saying
majority.
win-
What do you consider a win?
Well, for me, 1 kill is a loss, right? It's 0 kills is you got absolutely wrecked. 1 kill is also you got wrecked pretty hard, right? But 2 kills is a tie, 3 kills is a win, and then 4 kill is you did the wrecking.
Actually,
Yeah.
right. Oh.
That's how
that
I
makes
consider it.
sense. But to me,
Yeah, I don't look at it like that. I look kills as an actor, but I look at pipping as a win or loss.
I don't because the emblems are broken bullshit. Fuck that system.
yeah, for me, I
Oh, he's running
personally-
thrilling trimmers.
no.
What the
For
cuck?
me, what I do is I pretty much look
Did
at
he
it
see
like
me?
how much did I do, how well did I play. Like
did
if I
see me.
hook
Alright.
every
Sorry,
survivor,
brother.
if I hook every survivor twice and
there
they
anywhere that I
all,
can go?
get out, I still
I don't
view
think
it that
there
I did
is.
well because I hooked them all twice. So to me, I played well. So it's not
Yeah, that
for
figures.
any one thing. It's about like it depends on the match.
I can't find this ruin.
Because
I
like
don't know where it is.
survivors will tell me that I lost when I only killed 2 of them, and to me, I think I played well and had fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
So that's
that
what it is,
if
there's no clear
the
way of
information-
how you win or lose.
like I think if gen rushing when someone's being face camped was as common of information as you need to hold M1 on a generator or press spacebar to hit a skill check, I think that so many killers would get punished for face camping that it would go, for the most part, it would really go away.
See, you might
Yeah.
disagree with this because it could be like considered like just annoying for killers, but I think if a killer is in the like radius of a hook, the person should like deplete slower, like their timer.
No, I'd be fine with that. I mean, because the reason that you're face camping is not really to secure that kill unless you're in end game. It's because you think other people are coming. So
Yeah,
I would be
exactly.
fine with them regressing more slowly while I'm in the radius. In fact, are you on the subreddit? Because I'm pretty sure someone posted this exact idea.
I didn't. I just thought of that right now. I
Okay,
don't know.
someone posted that
Yeah,
exact
well-
same idea, and it was like based on how far away you are. Like if you're literally face camping, like within a foot of them, the hook doesn't progress at all. And then like if you're a little bit further away, it progresses at 50%, and then after that it goes to 100. So it would, in a way, punish killers for face camping, which I would be fine with, because if I'm ever camping, it is not, to secure that hook, unless, like I said, it's an in-game, but it is,
Wait, what? That was timed. I timed that.
but
Well, you
I
clearly
do it
timed it
because I'm playing against, people who have been unhooking the second I walk away, so I know there's people around.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's.
Oh, he's
it.
looking
The
because he
only
didn't see
time
my
I-
aura. He's like, I know
Yeah,
you're
the
around
only
here,
time
Bill.
I
You dumb bitch.
camp otherwise is if that survivor was toxic as fuck, and I just want to give toxic back because turnabout is fair play bits. You know?
I don't have BT, so you should run. Maybe I should do. I know. I do really like having Kindred.
Oh, fuck off.
I'll tell you what. I don't consider like a 3K is like an outright win. I don't consider a 4K like that's a win, but I don't feel like it's like I feel like a 3K is a win.
Yeah.
Like, one person.
Well, there's
escaped,
no
but
win
you
or
get a
loss.
free
Yeah,
kill.
that's what I.
game.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
and
I
it
agree
just
with you.
depends on the
3K is a
player.
win, and then 4K is like a raffle stop because it means you won.
Like,
It's all
that.
perspective, though. Like,
Yeah,
they don't
and, like-
actually say you win. They,
Well, I
like,
can-
the
Right.
brutal killer and the ruthless killer is the closest you get to telling them, the game telling you how
Or
good you did.
yeah, merciless.
But
Yeah,
that's point-wise
What
again.
those used to
Yeah.
actually be tied to the amount of kills.
yeah. It's one of those
you
things
got.
where it's like
I mean,
in.
yeah,
Thank
kills
God.
definitely affect that majorly.
Yeah, well, it's one
Like,
of those things where it's like in Little League where they don't keep score. It's like, okay, well, you have to invent a way for you to decide whether or not you won.
Yeah, like
In the
not
end, we
keeping
are
score in
competing
Little League,
against
I think
each
is
other.
a little bit like
Yeah, it's like,
I'm like,
in the
really,
end, we
come
are
on, like, you need
competing
to
with
teach
each other.
kids how
So
to
if
win
the
a
game's
war.
not going to tell me, what constitutes as a win for me, then I'm just going to pick what makes sense to me. And obviously,
Yeah.
the more kills I got, the better I feel I did.
Mm.
yeah, like the most fun game I
We
ever
again
had
ourselves.
to this day.
Hopefully.
'Cause
To this
he's,
day,
like,
the most
running around the
fun-
same area.
Yeah, I think we may have.
Yeah,
That's
the
okay.
most fun
Makes
game I
it
ever
intense.
had was a long time ago with over 1,000 hours of playing, and I got no kills. But I hooked everyone twice, and we were equally maxed. It was high pressure game the entire time. It was so much fun. So I don't need kills
Hi,
to
Bubba.
win if I feel like I got to do shit.